Okay, so it looks like everybody can hear me. Again, my name is Laurie Keith, and I'm with Romantic Planet Vacations, and this is a presentation on Fiji and the being it the ideal vacation destination for honeymoons, destination weddings, and romance travel. If you have any questions during the presentation, feel free to just put up your hand or use the chat box to the right-hand side, and no problem, I can definitely answer any of the questions, or we can save them till the end as well. All right, so let's get started. So again, I'm with Romantic Planet Vacations. I've been in the travel industry for 16 years, and I just traveled to Fiji in December, so quite recently, and had an amazing trip. So we'll just get started with some main details about Fiji and how to get there. Primarily, we have Air Pacific direct from Los Angeles every day, as well as Air Pacific from Vancouver via Honolulu, which allows you a free stopover. So if you wanted to do a vacation in Honolulu as well as Fiji, that's no problem, and do a combo stay. And then we also have flights with Air New Zealand direct from Los Angeles as well. And here's just a route map of Air Pacific flying from Fiji and to all the different destinations. So what about Fiji? Just to give you a brief summary about the islands. Basically, it's located in the heart of the Pacific, so just about 3 hours north of Auckland and 10 hours from Los Angeles. We have a lot of islands in Fiji, some 300 islands, and Vanuatu is the largest island with the capital, and Vanuatu is the second largest. There's many reefs and lagoons, which is absolutely ideal for scuba diving and for snorkeling. And Nadi is the town where the airport's located, so that's where we all fly into when we visit Fiji. And then from Nadi we visit all the different islands and the main island, etc. The climate is very suitable year-round. They call wet season to be on average from May to October, November to April, and winter season from May to October, which definitely is not like our winter, with the average temperature of 26 degrees Celsius. The Fijian dollar is a local currency, and it's not a large population by any means, about 800,000 inhabitants across all those 300 islands. The culture is Fijian and also of Indian descent, so incredible East Indian foods and curries if you like that, and so it's very rich in culture. English is the official language of Fiji as well, so it's spoken everywhere you travel. And just some little shots from Fiji Tourism Board. And then these are the islands. I just wanted to show you basically a map of the two major islands and then all the little islands around. I'm just going to see if I can get this pen working. So again, you fly into here, Nadi, and what most people do, they either travel through the countryside and visit the Coral Coast, or they take a ferry over to the Mamanuca group islands here to visit one of the private island resorts that are here. We also have the Blue Lagoon Cruises that does the Yasawa group islands. And then for those who maybe are returning guests or visitors to Fiji, they traveled into the Savusavu area, more unique destinations. But generally our first-time visitors visit the Coral Coast. Okay, and then this gives you a little bit more detail about the different properties on all the variety of islands, but we'll go through them a little more details. But just to show you again, Coral Coast, our top picks would be Hideaway, Mango Bay, we have Nadi Hotel in the Warwick, around Nadi Airport, Raffles, First Landing, and then just south of Nadi would be the Sofitel, Fiji, Saunasali, and more. And then the Mamanuca Islands, I'll go in more in details. Again, this is on the left-hand side here. Tokariki, Treasure Island, etc. And then the Yasawa Islands. They're more remote properties, but definitely worth the visit and worth the trip to get up there. So these are recommended Nadi area hotels. There is an area called Denaro, which is a hotel zone with lots of golfing, with many resorts, and only about 20 minutes from the airport, so it's quite convenient. It's a perfect idea to do a combo stay, so stay on the main island, sort of get over your jet lag. You're close enough to the towns for shopping, so a stay at either the Sofitel, Westin, Sheraton, Fiji Beach, which is now the Hilton, or the Radisson, are all 5 of our top recommendations for the Denaro area. And then, like I had mentioned, further south, the Coral Coast. This is about a 40-minute drive from the airport, but it's quite a beautiful drive. And again, I just did this in December, and through the rolling hills and all the greenery and the sandy beaches, it's definitely worth the 40-minute drive. Over on Coral Coast, we have the Warwick Fiji Resort, Hideaway, Navidi Resort, and then the Shangri-La for those 5-star luxury travelers, Outrigger on the Lagoon, which is a brand new property, and the Wellesley Fiji Resort. In other areas around the Nadi area would be the Saunasali and First Landing Resort. So we'll just touch briefly on the Sofitel. I stayed here and definitely highly recommend it. Again, for maybe just a couple nights stay. It's also ideal for weddings as well because it can accommodate larger groups. The only thing with this area of Denaro is the beach quality isn't your typical white sandy beach. This is a man-made beach, and it's sort of a darker color, almost a dark black color sand, and not as vast as some other areas in Fiji. And there's a picture that I took of my room. And the washroom, as you can see, is very clean, and the view from the balcony of the ocean and the beach. And it is a family-friendly resort as well. So you have a family pool, kids slide, and there's a picture of the beach on the right-hand side. And the pool is very expansive here at the Sofitel. Onward to the Coral Coast. The Warwick Fiji Resort is a property that I stayed at. The highlights here is the affordability. So it is very popular for wedding groups in particular because they also offer an optional all-inclusive feature, and they have plenty of things to do for all age groups, for the children as well. And then they have upgraded rooms for VIP guests. However, I do have other recommendations for honeymooners. So this, again, more for the affordability would be the recommendation for the Warwick Fiji. And there's an aerial shot of it. That little island there is a restaurant. And that's one of their deluxe rooms. And then we'll get into the Mamanuca hotels. So again, these are your private island resorts, which is most ideal for honeymooners and romantic getaways, because these are your typical beach bures, small properties, so you get that friendly atmosphere and a little oasis away from the rest of the world. So some top recommended resorts that we have here is the Castaway Island Resort, Malolo, Tokariki, Manamanua, Mana Island. Likuliku we'll touch on because it's the only overwater bungalow resort in Fiji. And then Musket Cove, Plantation Island, Treasure Island, Wadiji Island Resort, and Vomo. So there are lots of properties here, but again, a lot of islands as well. So they're very spread out. And the ferry travels to all of these islands as well, so it's quite convenient to get over to any of them. So Castaway Island, these are pictures that I, again, took just a couple months ago. At Castaway, the beach is absolutely phenomenal, very, very white. The ocean water is very clear, ideal for snorkeling and warm water, like bath-like water. And that's a greeting that you get as soon as you get off the ferry and into Castaway. So all the staff come down, they sing a song for you and greet you at the property, and it's quite a lively, friendly atmosphere. They've just renovated their rooms, so these are the new bathrooms, so very contemporary chic. And then we'll move over to the Likuliku. So all of these properties that I'm highlighting are ones that I personally have seen and I highly recommend. Definitely the Likuliku, if you can fit it in the budget. The overwater bungalows, which do book up far in advance, from 2 to 3 to more months in advance, run from around $1,200 to $1,600 a night. So if you can fit it in the budget, I'd highly recommend it. Even if you just end off your Fiji vacation for 1 or 2 nights at the Likuliku in the overwater bungalows, I would highly recommend it. I wasn't, unfortunately, as fortunate to stay in the overwater bungalow, but I did stay in the beachfront bure, which was just as beautiful, in fact, larger than the overwater bungalow. And this is a shot I took from on top of the hill on the island. The island, the Likuliku Lagoon Resort shares the island with Malolo. So the situation here is that they are sister properties, which is ideal for especially wedding groups. Malolo is a more affordable resort, whereas the Likuliku is the higher end property. So family and friends can stay possibly at the Malolo property, and then the bride and groom can stay at the Likuliku. And it's just a short, probably a 10-minute walk up this hill and down this hill to get to the other side to the resort. The other option is to spend the wedding at the Malolo and then do the Likuliku after everybody's gone home for the honeymoon. This is a picture I took of from the boat coming in. So these are just a couple of the overwater bures. The insert is a photo of the washroom as well, so you can see the bathtub overlooks the ocean. This is the greeting lounge. As soon as you arrive, you're greeted with beautiful beverages, and you can just lounge about at this lounge bar. And this is the Infinity Edge swimming pool at the Likuliku. And this is my room here in the beachfront bure, which is very expensive. Behind the bed is a massive washroom, an outdoor shower, indoor shower, 2 opposing sinks with all the amenities that you can imagine, and of course the ocean view. This is a picture from the ocean of the oceanfront bure, so you do get this day bed on the outside, and it's quite exquisite that you can just walk 10 steps and you're on the beach. Onward to Malolo. Again, this is the sister property of the Likuliku, and more family friendly, more affordable. Here's an example of the beach there and the hospitality, as you can see. And this is a view of one of the beachfront breweries as well. So there's 2 in one building, so they're quaint little cottage-like settings. And then onward, if you haven't heard of the Blue Lagoon cruises, I definitely and highly recommend this for any trip to Fiji, even if you can squeeze in a 3-night Gold Club cruise. But to get the full experience, I'd highly recommend doing a 6-night Gold Club cruise. The 6-night cruise is approximately $1,800 to $2,000 per person, but it's fully inclusive. So all the meals you can imagine. It is an upgraded luxury yacht-style accommodations, which accommodate about 20 to 30 cabins each with all flat-screen TVs, etc. But this is the most ideal to get away from the rest of the world, because the Blue Lagoon Cruises travels even further up to the Yasawa Islands, and basically ports and docks at all these different tiny little islands, which is most ideal for snorkeling and really getting to see the village lifestyle of the Fijians as well. They do also offer wedding packages as well and honeymoon packages. Here's a shot of the sun deck when I was on that. This was a couple years ago. And then sometimes the ship docks, just sets anchor at an island, and sometimes they actually tie the anchor around one of the trees that are on the island, so it's pretty neat. And they're very, very remote, so you're completely secluded on this island, and you can go and explore for the full day. And then the staff will come down and load you up on food during the day, as well as all the snorkeling equipment that you'd ever need, etc. At night, the staff showed their talents with singing and laughter, and that is the Fijian culture. This is a typical village visit with Blue Lagoon cruises, where the villagers come out in their traditional dress and again entertain those coming from the Blue Lagoon cruise with singing and dance, and also to perform the traditional kava ceremony. And there's a picture of me on the right-hand side with all the little children in one of the villages. All right, and then onward to Taveuni, which is on the other side of Fiji, on the other island. Again, this would be more so for those who want, if you're going back to Fiji for a second or a third time, more remote and more unique destinations. So I would recommend the Taveuni Island Resort or the Palms, Maravu Island Plantation, Matangi Island Resort, and the Qamea Beach Resort. The Qamea Beach Resort is rated one of the best in all of Fiji. It is definitely a 5-star, and it is adult only, so highly recommended for honeymooners as well. So it's easy to jump over from island to island with a short flight over as well, so it's not too remote to get to, and definitely worth the extra visit. If you can see that thatched roof, that's very typical for the Fijian island bure is what they call the beach hut. And then recommended Savusavu hotels, Jean-Michel Cousteau Fiji Island Resort, the Namali Fiji Island Resort, and the Koro Sun. Here's an example of the Koro Sun. We have booked wedding groups here because it offers quite affordable rates, and they also have a nine-hole golf course as well on their 150-acre property, and they're great for all families. Okay, and so I'm just going to wrap up our presentation to just give you an idea of some packaging and pricing for Fiji. This is a popular one for honeymooners to incorporate an overwater bure with the Blue Lagoon cruise. So we'd pick you up, we'd transfer you, of course, from Canada, pick you up at the airport with VIP airport greetings, take you down to the property, and have a 2-night overwater bungalow with a 6-night Gold Club cruise with Blue Lagoon Cruises and transfers back. And that is approximately $5,000 per person. So it is within reach of many people, although it's not quite the same as a Mexico trip for the price-wise, but it's going to offer you so much more. You will honestly should utilize your honeymoon or wedding and make it an extra special event, because it is an extra special event. We do offer honeymoon online gift registries as well, Here's an example of a 13-night package. So round-trip airfare, airport welcome and lay greeting, and then 3 nights at the Sally Island Resort, again to get close, to stay on the main island, close to shopping, get over the jet lag. Then we jump onto the ferry, onto the 6-night Blue Lagoon cruise, and then transfer over to the Malolo Private Island Resort and back home. So that price is around $4,700 per person for 2 weeks. So comparable to Mexico, it's very, very similar. Here's a more affordable package, for example, a 9-night stay, which is all of your transfers, including 6-night Warwick, Fiji resort on the Coral Coast, and then a 3-night, ending with a 3-night Gold Club cruise with Blue Lagoon Cruises. And that's at a rate of only $3,300 per person plus tax. Again, it's depending on the time of the year and many factors depending on which city you're coming from Canada, but that's just to give you a general idea. Another sample package we have is a 10-night stay for 2 islands. It has all the perks of your airport transfers and airfare, and then we have included 5 nights at the Nadi Resort, again on the Coral Coast. And then now we're going to fly over from Nadi to Taveuni to the other island and spend 5 nights at the Savusavu plantation. So you get to get a feel for the 2 main islands in Fiji. And that's only at a price of $37.50. A 10-night sampler for a luxury VIP package. So this would include 5 nights at the 5-star Shangri-La on the Coral Coast, private helicopter transferred to your Likuliku Lagoon Resort with 5 nights overwater bungalow, and then private helicopter back home. It's at a rate of $7,200 per person. So if you want to spoil yourselves, which you absolutely do deserve for your honeymoon, then this is definitely an option as well. Compared to other destinations, high-end destinations such as Tahiti, Bora Bora, it is uncomparable because to get an overwater bungalow in Bora Bora with this similar package would cost definitely over $10,000 per person. So Fiji is the land of beauty with beautiful beaches, beautiful waters, beautiful people, and amazing sunsets. So Fiji is the land of beauty. So thank you very much. That concludes our presentation about Fiji. I hope that it has been helpful for you. Our staff are eager to help you with any of your questions, so please do contact us at 1-866-247-8123 or by email, which is travel@romanticplanet.ca. Now, if you have any questions, you can raise your hand or feel free to utilize the menu on the right-hand side under questions or chat, and I'd love to help answer any of your questions. Oh, Erin, thank you for your comment about the slides being a little slow. Hopefully it wasn't too slow for the whole presentation. I just read your comments now. Is everything okay? I have also recorded this presentation, which will be uploaded to our website in the next couple of days as well, so it might be a little speedier on our website. All right, if there's no other questions, then I will conclude the presentation, and we absolutely look forward to helping you plan your trip to Fiji, customizing any itinerary to suit your budget, and fulfilling your need for a great getaway to an amazing place. Thank you very much for attending.